Hey, welcome to the replay. Tonight, ooh, I'm breaking up. Interesting. Oh well. So, I am just gonna wash my brushes here at my kitchen sink. So, welcome to my kitchen. I don't do a lot of lives in my kitchen anymore. Um, I'm warming up my water here, making sure it's nice and warm. I'm just gonna wash my makeup brushes, and so I figured I'd jump on live and just say hi and see how you're doing and just talk about life in general. Um, this is our brush cleaner, and I'm just putting a few drops in here just to barely cover up the bottom of my Christmas mug. Speaking of Christmas, hello, we're in September. That is only like 3 months away. Seriously? Can you believe it? 3 months? No. Anyways, so I got my 3-month Christmas mug here. I got it filled up with water and cleaner. I probably didn't have to put that much water in. Probably didn't want to put that much water in, but I wasn't paying attention. So I've got a whole stack of brushes here. Let's see here. Can I flip it? There we go. We're flipped. So I got a whole stack of brushes that I'm going to work on cleaning, and figured I'd just jump on here and just start going to town. So I'm just going to throw some of them in here. Whoa, I just knocked something over back here. So I'm just throwing some of these bigger brushes in first. Get some of these going here. Some of them are kind of dirty. Look at this one, pretty dirty. It's like brown. It's supposed to be white or beigeish color, I think, on the ends, I think. So, yeah, I don't know about you guys how often. Let me know below how often you typically wash your brushes. I'm not very good at this. I usually do it about once a month, so it should be about once a week. So I have set up here on my island. Let me switch over here. So I just have a clean towel there. Whoa, clean towel. That's where I'm going to put my brushes behind me. I'm just sitting at the sink here. I'm letting these guys just soak for a few seconds. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm just letting them soak in my little Christmas mug. So yeah, let me know below if you're watching, and also how often you wash your brushes. Let me show you. This was clear. I don't know if there we go. This was clear water when I put the brushes in. I've just been kind of shaking them around here a little bit. And you can see it's changed milky color and brownish colored. Getting that makeup off. And now we're just gonna, oh yeah, hey, did you like that World's Best Dad? That's my little phone stand I'm using, right? My kids made them at probably either Home Depot or Lowe's. They both, remember they do crafts there, like little things. Actually, this one may have been Home Depot. Yeah, I said Home Depot on it, didn't it? So, Home Depot. But we did a bunch of crafts when they were little at Home Depot and Lowe's several years ago. Like on Saturday mornings, they had these little clinic things, and they'd get to like pound. It's a little warm. They would pound like hammers and nails, and they would have paint and stuff. So, look, that one's clean, nice and clean. So they would paint and put these little things together. This was one of them. This was Father's Day, so this was like a phone stand for dads, so they could put their phones on them and charge them. Not really sure how you put the charger on, because my charger port's on the bottom. Clean. So, yeah. By the way, that reminds me, so, not that one. This is one of my brushes I use for my foundation, or you could use for your tinted moisturizer. My other foundation brush I haven't put in yet. This is one I like to use. This is one you could use for it's a flat brush, but you could use it for blush or whatever. This other one is more of a rounded, angled, flat angled, rounded, a little bit rounded on the sides. Another one you could use for blush. So, yeah, so now I'm getting into the eyeshadow brushes here. They're a little bit dirtier because I use them more. Get these guys going here. keep on going, keep on rolling, keep on rolling. So, we're just washing the brushes. So my kids and my husband are at soccer practice tonight. What we do, always at sports, every night of the week we're at sports, it seems like, anymore. Tonight, I think, actually tonight was karate, maybe not soccer. I think they were at karate. The soccer was tonight too, they were at the exact same time. So I think they were, because we did soccer already this week, we did karate instead, because karate's kind of limited in when we can do stuff. So I just turned off the sink a little bit. So we just switch it around, and so we get everything in. You pay a lot of money for some of this stuff, so you want to get it in right. I don't know. Just wash some brushes here. So that's what they're at practice, so I'm just kind of chilling here at home, doing some stuff, cleaning brushes because they need cleaning because it's been a few weeks. So yeah. But they had their karate showcase last Sunday, so the boys did that, and I didn't get to see Jacob. That's my little guy. I didn't get to see him perform because I was with my older one doing Bible quizzing practice. It was at this kind of around the same time, so we didn't get to see him. I didn't get to see him, but apparently he did a good job. My older one I got to see, and he did a good job. So that was nice. It was good to see them because that was the first time I'd seen them do the showcase. Last year they did it, and I didn't get to go. I was carting kids around and watching kids while, one kid while the other one was doing it. My husband went with both because his parents, my in-laws, went. So he sat with both of them for both showcases. At least I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened. Because they went, or maybe they were both in the same showcase. No, I don't think so. Because I picked one up and dropped it off. I can't remember. It's been a year. So this is my brush I use for my foundation. It's a rounded brush. Just getting, when you clean the brushes are important to clean, right? Because you gotta get all the grease and oil that gets on them from your face. I'm gonna switch out my water because it was pretty dirty. But yeah, they get the oil and the greases from the oil, especially in the dirt, from your face. Even though you might wash it before you put your makeup on, there's still some there. So a little bit there, and so you definitely want to wash those brushes so that you're not putting all that grease and dirt and bacteria back on your face. So it's good to wash them, keep them clean. Not only that, but it's going to help. I notice that when I don't wash my brushes enough, I start to break out because I'm putting all that stuff back on my face. So it's good to clean your brushes so you don't have breakouts. So you're not putting all that grease and oil and dirt back on. So that's why we're sitting here doing. That's why we have cleaners. That's why we have brush cleaner. This is the one that Senegence has, but I mean it's up to you what brush cleaner you want to use, right? And there's different brush cleaners I think for different types of brushes too. But you really should get rid of it so you get rid of those bacteria, those oils, all that good stuff. This stuff is good for synthetic and natural hair brushes. So you could use this product for that. Again, you just take a little bit, put it on the bottom. I use a ceramic cup to put it in and just swirl the brushes around in the bottom. Just give them a nice scrub, right? And then rinse them off and let them dry. When you let your brushes dry, you let them just lay flat and let them dry that way. That way the brushes go back. I like to take them and kind of put them back in what they're supposed to be in their natural state and let them dry that way. The smaller brushes usually take shorter to dry. The thicker brushes will take longer to dry. That's part of the reason I struggle with doing my brushes, because sometimes they're not dry. If I do them at night, like tonight, sometimes they're not dry in the morning when I want to use them. especially the thicker ones like I use for like foundation and whatnot. So I really try to make sure that it makes sense when I'm washing them, or I use one brush for a couple of days and then switch to the other one. But yeah, so that's what we're doing here. So tell me, what would you guys normally be doing on a Friday night? I mean, here I am washing brushes, but what else would you guys be doing on a Friday night? I guess I could be at soccer practice or karate, although they're about done, I think, finishing up now. But I'm guessing, you know what I saw? I was on my way home. If you're in the Pittsburgh area, you know where I'm talking about. I drove through Mount Lebanon, and there was a bunch of kids with band instruments walking towards the high school. So I'm assuming that people were at high school football games tonight. So that's something. When I was in high school, I played in the marching band, and so we only had Friday night games like twice a year, like twice in the season. Most of our games were Saturday afternoons. I don't know if they do that anymore, really, especially in this area, in western Pennsylvania. But yeah, ours were like Friday. It was like a treat for a Friday night game, and it was always an away game because we didn't have lights at our field. They do now. At my old high school, they have lights now, but they didn't. And I didn't grow up in western Pennsylvania where I live now, but they didn't at the time when I was growing up. So it was a treat to have a Friday night game. That was always like the excitement, right? It was to go on the bus to the Friday night game to the other school, and you got back late. It was fun to sit in the dark bus. So that's what I remember from football games. And then home games were always on Saturdays, and they were always a good time, to hang out with your friends, and you get to perform and play. I think the hanging out was more exciting than the football. I like football, so football was exciting to me, to watch the football team and cheer on the team and the guys playing. So that also explains why I ended up at Penn State too. That was part of the reason. It's because of partially because it was in state and it was a little bit cheaper, but part of the decision, a little bit of the decision, was actually around football, because I really liked football. So I was really excited to go to see a good football team play. So that was part of it. But now that I'm older, we've gone to an occasional high school football game, but not too much. My kids are younger and they don't really sit through that stuff very well. It's just how they are. They're not as big into sitting through football games, but they've been to a couple of local high school football games. So, but that's what some people do on Friday nights, right? But now we're just, like I said, we're just busy with sports, our own sports. So we're doing our own sports. But and now I'm here cleaning makeup brushes so that I don't get the bacteria and the oils and the dirt back on my face, so I can stop the breakouts, make sure they don't happen, prevent them from happening. That's what we're doing tonight. That's what we're doing. Alright. I have one more I want to do. This is something I've never done before, so you'll have to bear with me. Something new. How exciting! Get to do something new with me. Alright. Put a little bit more in here. I'm going to refresh my cup here. Alright, so doing something new here. I'm just putting a little bit in here. I just put a little bit in here now. I want to show you these brushes. So these are our powders. So this is the clear natural translucent powder. And then this is the Silver Rose. Alright, and the Silver Rose, I really like this one for blush. So how it works is there's product in here and there's a brush on top. So you tap it. Once you get it started, you can tap it. The product ends up on the brush. Can you see the product on the brush? And then you can use it to put on your blush. Well, what I want to do tonight, I have never washed these, so I want to try washing them. And the whole purpose of this is that the product's down here. So if you're washing them, you're not getting that washing. When you're washing the brush, it's not going up into the product. So here we go. We're going to try it out for the very first time. How exciting. Alright, I feel like this needs washed out too. At least rinsed out or something. Let's see here. I might be totally messing with it, but that's alright. I want this clean, right? I want all the dirt and gunk gone from inside of here. Alright. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to clean my brush in my cup. So we're going to just spin it around in here. It's getting all yucky. It's like getting cloudy in here, like kinky cloud color, which matches the color of the product. So just putting that in here and letting it. It's actually kind of a really pretty. It's like a. Do you remember like milk when we were kids? And you had that like strawberry like Hershey's mix or whatever. I hate to say it, that's what it kind of looks like. Maybe a little bit darker pink, but same kind of thing. Just rinsing it off because I mean these brushes you don't want this dirt right back on your face, even from these little brushes. That's why they put them here, so we can like clean them without like getting into the product. But you know what? The other cool thing is this product is in this tube, so that one, you can clean it independently, but two, you're not dipping your brush into the product. And one of the things that does is that when you have products that are in like little tubes and you're dipping your brushes in them, one of the things that ends up happening is bacteria grows in there. You get the dirt from your face when you like put it on your face and then dip it back in. So those bacterias and that dirt and that oils, they're not in the tube, right? Like almost it's like back to black again. Woo! They're not in the tube. You know, that bacteria and that oil is not in the tube, so you're not ruining your product. And I'm not kidding you. I don't know if you can tell or not. But maybe you can see it better this way. It's a product. Do you see how little that product is used? Do you see how much of it is not there? It's hardly anything. It looks like it's almost brand new. I've been using that thing for... Goodness, I'm going to rinse this out. I've been using that tube of product for probably upwards of 6 months now. Like every other day. So probably about 3 months worth of using it for blush. And it doesn't even look like there's anything gone. And you can literally see the blush when I put it on. I mean, it's not like it's super light and I'm putting it on super light. It's not that at all. It is so, it's so pigmented and so pretty. Here's our natural color. That, you know, it just, I don't know how to explain it. It goes on and it's so easy and there's like hardly, sorry. It's, I don't know how to explain it. It's just so pretty and it doesn't take a lot of product. And that thing's going to last like years probably. Which is all more reason why it's important that we're not dipping our brushes in it and having that bacteria growing for a year and you're putting it on your face. Right? So, this is the natural. You can see that I've used more of this one. Partially because I've opened it. You can actually open these if you wanted to and take the product out. You don't have to like use it through the brush. So you can actually open it and take it out. So I've actually opened it and tried taking some of the product out and using it separately. That's why it looks like it's more than, or closer to half gone, 2/3 or a third of the way gone. But natural is going to be, I like the Silver Rose, like I said, for blush. Some people are going to like it like on their chest or on their shoulders, especially when they're wearing like sleeveless or just spaghetti strap type stuff, just to add a little bit of glow and a little bit of a hint of like, maybe kind of like a tan type shade. But the natural one that I have here that I'm mixing, this is going to be the one that you put all over your face after you put your makeup on. And this is the one that's going to help to soak up all the oils and the grease on your face. So throughout the day you can continue to put this on. It doesn't clog your pores, it doesn't get in there at all, but it does help to pull all the oils and grease off your face, and it gives you that takes that shine off your face that you get later in the day. So that's what this one is, and it doesn't really add any color or anything. It's translucent. It's natural. It matches your face. So yeah, this powder is really nice for that. It's also going to help set your makeup, and it's going to help to keep your makeup on too, and take away all those greases and oils. So look, it's like back to black again. It was like a tan color when I started washing it. So there it is. And again, this is so you can wash the brushes and your products don't get messed up. And not only that, but you saw how long that I've had that Silver Rose for months and months, and it looks like there's hardly anything gone. But there's no bacteria growing in it. There's no oils. There's no dirt. I've never opened it, so there's nothing in there, and it just comes right through the brush. And the brush, I use it to apply for like blush. Use the brush to apply it for blush. Alright, I said that right. So that's where we are. Now I am done cleaning brushes, and now I will go take them into the office and let them dry overnight, and hopefully now that we have clean brushes, I can show you the cafe collection. That is why, part of the reason I was doing this tonight is so that we can start looking at the cafe collection, because most of my brushes were dirty and you wouldn't have gotten a real feel for what those colors were. So next week, hopefully, I'll start showing you the cafe collection. So that's the plan. Alright, y'all, I am going to go. I'm surprised my family isn't home yet from karate, but maybe they went out somewhere. I don't know. And I will talk to y'all later. If you have any questions, let me know. And have an awesome, awesome weekend, and have an awesome rest of your Friday night. Good night. Love y'all.